Alvin Ailey, American dance theater, and the entire world of entertainment is mourning the death of beloved Judith Jamison. She was 81. Judith Jamison was famously known for her roles as a dancer, choreographer, and artistic director. Judith Jamison is said to have passed away on Saturday at hospital in New York following an illness.
Is it a miracle that you survived for 40 years?
I think it's just a right that we have, and I think by our own perseverance and our survivor attitude that we've benefited from audiences that love us, from a board that is totally dedicated to making sure that we stay alive, and from young people and fans, generations of fans that will not let us die, and corporations who believe that there is still something to say about the modern dance experience and certainly the African American experience.
The reason I said, is it a miracle, is simply because of the fact that it is not necessarily enough to have a lot of talent.
Oh, no.
As you know better than anybody.
No, of course not. No, you can have all that talent and be in a closet someplace and
somebody has to see you, somebody has to believe in you, somebody has to have the means to help you, etc.
People believe in the fact that we have a dance center that, has 3,000 students running through it every year, and it's an open school, and you can be professional in it, and you can have absolutely no talent and come and study. They believe in the fact that we started a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree program. Did you know that?
No.
With Fordham University. You can now get a degree in dance, Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. From the Alvin Ailey American Dance Center, you can do anything. You can teach, you can join a company, you can write about dance, you'll be a historian, you know about music, you know how to be creative in this life by the time you leave. You know something about the arts. You know something about that light that breathes in all of us.
Hey, what's the signature of Alvin Ailey's dance company that separates it?
There are dancers on stage that are very interested in conveying something about who they are as human beings, so you will recognize yourself as being a part of this journey that we're all on. I don't ask dancers to join the company to do steps. Right? You can get robots to do steps. What separates these dancers is that they're human beings first. I am interested in them transcending their technique so that they can inform you about your humanity. That's what's different about an Ailey performance. When you leave an Ailey performance, you should feel as if your perspective has been changed. You should feel a little oblique, a little differently than when you came in.
You see something differently.
Absolutely. Change.
The arts are supposed to
make one feel different, make one have another perspective, make one question, make one feel as if they've seen the world through other eyes.
Dance to you is the art form you love most because
I can tell you something about yourself that you don't know or that you've forgotten. And I speak of that.
Dance.
Absolutely. And I don't have to say a word to do it. I have 31 dancers who can do that for you when you show up at City Center. You got to show up, folks.
You want them there. You want them there.
They are there, and there's such an excitement inside of me. There's this brightness inside of me that impels me to tell you, get to the theater. I cannot almost explain to you what happens between the audience and Ailey. You have to experience. You can ask some of your staff, they've been there. You've seen the company before.
Yes.
You don't put it into words. People come away and they come up to me on the street and they go, I don't have the words for it, but they know they've been bathed in an experience that was warm and touching and moved them emotionally and made them think. And that to me is what we do. Otherwise, we're not doing what we were supposed to do. We're also bringing people together that wouldn't be together, the communities that come together that wouldn't necessarily have come together had they not been in the audience of Alvin Ailey.
Alvin Ailey, the man. How was he different? What do you say about him?
Humanist. He's a humanist. I mean, That's the key. It's very simple. It's not complicated with him at all. He understood people. When we were in a studio, when any dancer was in a studio with him, his ballets were about people. They weren't about trees. They weren't about, the grass. They weren't about the sky. They were about people and everything they could possibly feel looking at that sky or looking at that tree or feeling that pain or that angst or that joy. But he was about contributing what it was to really feel everything right here deeply. Feel it deeply, not in a superficial way, but be as passionate and committed about what he was giving us and put it on a stage and dance it. And that's why we have Adwana Smallwood here, who's dedicated, as the other dancers.
I'm going to show it this way, because
her life. I mean, dancers dedicate their lives to convey this truth about their humanity and to share the light that we all have inside.
What have you added to the company since you have been in control?
I've extended everything that was the vision in the first place. For
Extended
instance,
the vision.
the BFA program. Alvin didn't think of a BFA program with Fordham University. That's an extension.
Right.
But that started in a school in 1969 in the basement of Brooklyn Academy of Music. There are 20 women that do cry. 20 women that do cry that I've taught, and they have taught each other. This is the second generation away from me of dancers. I danced in the 60s and 70s, a little bit of the 80s. These dancers are 22, 23, 61.
61.
Oh, well, I shouldn't even, well, let me put it this way. There's a dancer named Dudley Williams who's been with the company since 1964. He reinvents himself every time he comes on the stage. He is glorious.
That would be 35 years.
He is an extraordinary artist. So we have artists learning from artists. We have young people. We have a Renee Robinson who's been in the company for 17 years.
Yeah.
We have people that have been in the company for 6 months. They're all learning from each other, and they're all a part of the extended vision of Ailey, from the school to the first company to the repertory ensemble. Sylvia Waters, 12 dancers, 18 to 22.
How did you know you were up to this?
Because somewhere in my life...
It's Alvin Ailey, not because you're not talented.
No, because I came from a family in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania that said I was capable of doing anything. I had a mother and father that said, you want to do this?
They said, you, my darling, wonderful baby child.
Princess, he called
Princess.
me. Yes. Dad called me for God rest his soul. He called me Princess. And thank God he did, because it took a long time for somebody to call me a princess. Anyway.
Well, it begins there, doesn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. But I was trained in the way, brought up in the way I should go. And when I was old, I didn't depart from it. And that meant simply that I had my eyes on a prize. And that was to keep as well equipped to grab a hold of this life, enjoy it, be energized by it, and always meet the challenge. Always.
There are a lot of memories when it comes to Judith Jamison. Let us know what memories you have as we watch some of her last moment videos, and please keep the comments respectful. You are watching Taj News Media, and please consider subscribing and turning on the bells so that you don't miss out on anything that we upload. I love you guys, and please keep safe. Bye bye.